Hello, hello, hello. This is Diamond Emelda Skinner, bringing some family history. I just wanted to make this video to honor my father, honor my sisters, my nieces and my nephews, and all of my future descendants of the Skinner family, and just capture on video some history as I find it. I know that, material things won't always last. And so just in case we lose some of this stuff, I wanted to chronicle information that we do have. So I found this little black journal that was written in. So just to be clear, my name is Diamond Emelda Skinner. My father is Martinez Jeffery Skinner. My mother is Naomi Hudson Skinner. And so I want to read what Granny Sue, which is Emelda, who I'm named after, right? Even through the green screen, you can see my beautiful grandma, our beautiful grandma. So this is what she wrote. She wrote a family history. And she wrote that her grandmother was Louise Milford. Now that's spelled Louis, and then it looks like there's a period. And then Milford, Milford. And then I think I have a picture of her here. So this is a picture we got from, I think Dad and I got from Ancestry.com. And that says E. Milford, right? And I'm not sure if that title is what I wrote or what came up from the website, but I believe this is our great grandmother, because this is Granny's grandma. The grandfather was Agustus Skinner, Agustus Skinner. I think that's a wonderful name. Definitely want to get that in the family back in the family. Agustus Skinner. So that was her grandfather. So her husband was Agustus. Then the father was Samuel Walter Skinner. And so I've got a couple pictures of him, I believe. So here's one example of Samuel Walter Skinner. Beautiful. I think this is a young version of him, because the other picture I have is this one, which I think, we all got these from Ancestry.com or somewhere like that, right? And so this is another picture of Samuel Walter Skinner. So he was a Pullman's porter. I know that he's the person of the family the pioneer of the family who left New Orleans to go to Chicago as a Pullman's porter. And the Pullman porters were also the people who were most instrumental in the civil rights movement. So like in terms of when we needed people to, go protest or do the sit-ins, like that was the group of people, the workers, the unionized workers who were fighting on behalf of Black rights. And it's also when shows that our family came to Chicago during the Great Migration, or also the mass fleeing from the KKK and police brutality and racist practices down in the South and New Orleans. So that is Walter Skinner. Then Granny's mother was Ethel Louise Skinner. And so note here, we have Louise again, but now we have Ethel, Ethel, Louise, Loise, with an E, Skinner. And I imagine, though, that our great-great-grandmother, Louise Milford, so this woman, I would bet to say that her actual name was spelled with an E, Louise, since that name is coming up again as the mother's name, Louise. So then we have Granny's brother was Roy Stanford, is what she wrote in here. And then she has sisters, a lot of sisters. So we have Catherine Marie. We have Ethel Louise, again with an E, and that was our Nana. That's what we called her. Dorothy Elanor and Bettie Jane. And so the sisters that came to Arizona are Granny, so Emelda. And so actually I'll go to those pictures of her. And Dad thinks this picture is about when she was 14, right? So that's Emelda, and Ethel Louise came, right? So to Arizona. And so she wrote son, Martinez Jeffery. So that's Daddy, Martinez Jeffery. And mind you, she's keeping off the last names when it comes to the siblings, right? So that would be Roy Stanford Skinner, Catherine Marie Skinner, Ethel Louise Skinner, Dorothy Elanor Skinner, Bettie Jane Skinner, until they got married. The nephews, we have Carl Robert, Roy Jr., Stevie, Emil, Michael, and Mark. And I believe the way they're written, they're not written in for like middle names like the ones before. These are just 7 names. Carl looks like is there, but it looks scratched out. I think there might have been a Tony somewhere that Dad also mentioned. And in terms of the nieces, she has written Judy, Joyce, Gwen, Desmonda, Dorothy, and then another name that's scratched out that looks like it could have been Gwen again. And then we have cousins, George, Biuy, B-I or Blay, Blay, Flossie, Louise, Elsie, Wanita, and Luggery. And on the back, we have uncles, Dennis Skinner, Jeffrey Skinner, and Joseph Milford. And so also just to see, that was one picture of her. Let me go to the full picture, the full-length picture. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So that was in New Orleans, I'm pretty sure, though, at that age. I don't think she was in Chicago yet. That's amazing. That's my granny. That's emerald, right? Emelda means emerald, one of the translations. Okay, so in terms of what our granny wrote, right, this is, and I'll stop sharing, right, what I'm reading from. So it's her handwriting in this little spiral journal. Now we're on to the next part. Ebony Nicole Skinner, born October 13th, 1977, baptized November 27th, 1983. And Amber Danielle Skinner, born July 6th, 1983, baptized November 27th, 1983. Oh my gosh, you're baptized on the same day. Okay. At Our Lady of Fatima Church by Fardier, Fartiyer, And then we have Martinez Jeffery Skinner II, born January 12th, 1987 at 7:02 p.m. And then we have Diamond Emelda Skinner, born November 11th, 1989. And that is the last thing that's written in this little spiral notebook. And that's what it looks like. And there's literally nothing else written, but there's tons of this spiral notebook paper here in a little bounded journal. Like this is this is amazing. So that's it. I'm glad I got to capture that history for the family. And I hope you enjoyed those pictures, and I hope we can add more. So whatever we know, let's make sure that we capture it, because our family is absolutely amazing. I was told this summer that the Skinner family is actually the largest African-American last name in America. So let's leverage that. I love you, family.